To my esteemed colleague, some demonstrations, and I'll take your questions afterwards.
Okay, how's everybody doing today? Once again, my name is Peter Cofield, and today we're going to be demonstrating two technologies to you. One is sitting in front of you at the tables. That is your motion capture technology using off-the-shelf parts. Who has kids in here that play video games? Okay, just about everybody. Anybody know the kids' favorite game? Minecraft? Oh, that game is taking over. Anybody, kids who like Lego, Star Wars, Lego Batman, anything like that? You got one over there? Okay. Those are great examples of 3D technology at work. Assassin's Creed, another good one. Okay, so this is a Xbox 360 Connects. It's a motion sensor. Games like Dance Dance Revolution, you actually get in front of it, and anything that you do is translated digitally to your avatar. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone the screen real quick for y'all. And it's a little funky because we're only using one sensor right now, but ideally we would actually have a series of these situated around the room, almost like a semicircle. And in that way it will capture more robust animation, including rotation on your zeta plane or your Z up and down. And right here, as you see, as I demonstrate slightly, it's actually tracking my body. The green represents the digital skeleton. Okay, it's tracking my wrists, my elbow, shoulder joint, torso movement, even down to my feet. So what happens is it actually creates what's called a 3D point cloud. And point cloud is awesome. And what it does is it actually records what's going on, just like a normal camera, but it's actually recording depth. So the closer I get to the device, the more it will register me like moving. But as I move back, if you notice that top screen, it's actually created a 3D rendering of the room. So with this depth information, what it can do is it can not only track my skeleton, but we can also create a 3D model of my skeleton in real time that we can stream to allow an avatar to be created. We also have at our disposal the entire Autodesk catalog. Anyone familiar with Autodesk or Adobe? World leader in 2D and 3D animation. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're using Photoshop or Adobe Flash or Toon Boom Studios, you are using a program pretty much made by one of those two companies. What we can do with this technology right here, and you see it continues to track it as I'm actually doing this. Yeah, spin around a little bit so you can see in 3D real time. So as long as I stay within this plane, this XY plane right here, left and right, forward, back, it'll track me with no problem. I can leave, come back, and then automatically start to track me. This technology has limitations because if I start to rotate around, as you see, it'll lose me a little bit until it gets playing with me again. This is an example of what you can do with $25. $25 and a hair bow supplied by my daughter. That's it. Now, everyone knows about Montgomery County's college program. Do y'all have a curriculum, anything similar to that? Yes, they're, they're digital animation degree. Because I believe, here, yes. I believe that in Montgomery County, part of their requirement for their digital animation degree is 3 semester hours of design study, studio, figure drawing, introduction to college writing, introduction to digital arts, illustration, introduction to animation, Adobe Illustrator for vector graphics, because there's a difference between, I think it's called pixels and rasterization, Photoshop is pixels, bitmap, whereas Illustrator is vectors, SVG files, something like that. Then they also have animation 2, 3D modeling, 4 semester hours, and the biggest one to you guys would be motion capture and character development. Like Mr. Brown was saying, at first, it used to be a very labor-intensive process. You had to have very well trained techs. You had to have a room about 3 times as big as this. Infrared cameras built into the entire ceiling and those silly suits with the ping pong balls on them. I think they're currently using that now. They are?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's legacy. That's dinosaur. Nowadays, with markerless, as you can see with just one simple camera, we can actually improve the resolution just by adding a second camera about 6 feet at that angle so that when I rotate, so what it is I took each individual clip that I recorded, because right now we're limited to 4-second recording, and I lined them up on the motion tracker just like you would for sale, which is called Mix-em-up. Mix-em-up was a project started in San Francisco by some engineers and then grew so quickly that Adobe came in and brought them out for several million.
Okay.
This store right here, you can actually go online, create your own custom avatar. You can buy motion capture clips and then apply it. But the biggest power is they actually automatically skin the body to the skeleton. Once again, a very labor-intensive process, now digitized. So basically, depending on who your competition is or who, what goals you're trying to achieve, you can undercut the cost by like 65% nowadays. You don't have to have long-term licenses, because I believe Montgomery County is locked into, I think, a 5-year contract with Vicon. And trust me, it takes 5 technicians at all times to keep that system up and running. So alone, the cost reduction just for using a markerless system would make it more feasible for y'all to set up an even better lab.
What does this mean? With this technology presented to school levels, I think we talked about it, how we can present this at the school level and create, how does it create revenue for PG Community College? By teaching at those programs, we can, where we get these programs, we can offer it as a feeder program to PG Community College. That's an enrollment piece that will be golden. That's first. Secondary, once they learn these skills, like the course was set up for them, even if they want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay. Everybody does that. Yeah, have fun with it. This is the fun part of the demo. Okay. So let me get this up this way. And let me show the rest of the world. And right now, okay, it is tracking you. And as you see, you instantly came into the capture volume and it grabbed you. Oh, okay.
Now I'll let Peter explain. Mind you, this is not infrared technology. It's a camera.
Simple webcam.
A
Same
simple
one you use for Skype.
webcam. Providing real-time tracking technology.
And we're only at half the efficiency right now. Because right now we're only running at 30 frames per second. If we got it up a little higher, we'd actually have real-time lip syncing, which opens up a lot of markets.
And what that does is, if let's say we're doing a cartoon and we need characters
You can
to
even
talk to
blink
each
your
other,
eyes.
you know how long it would take to do the lip syncing?
Right.
It's real time.
What's the turnaround on the major motion feature? Does it depend on the time limit? Does it depend on that?
Time limit.
How long is the film?
Probably around maybe 200 minutes. Yeah, based on documentation. Like what would be the turnaround on actually production of the film?
It depends on the storyboard and how many angles you want. See, sometimes, and that's the good thing about this as well. Let's say you're doing stories and you do an animation and walking like this, and then you want to do another angle, you want to do a cut scene. Yeah, I mean, it's relative to what the scope of, the particle rendering you might have. We need an explosion that needs to be animated. That's a whole nother.
We're showing you real time right now. This isn't even our offline technology.
Exactly.
What we can do is we can create a set of animations and facial poses, put them in a database, and then once we analyze your script, you'll find out you'll be reusing a lot of the same movements anyway. So we can actually create much better offline, because then we can improve the animation efficiency. So thus making the same animation appear 24 times, you see what I'm saying, but changing it slightly. So it's more cost effective for everybody involved.
Gotcha. So in terms of the parallel between competing with major movie houses, so would you take your animation presentation and compete with, say, Lightstorm, compete with, say, Outset, you can say Sony.
Oh, the software.
The actual software.
We had to put the skin on there, we had to put the environment, we had to create its world, so to speak. So but this is the most labor intensive part of motion.
And just for y'all, we actually came up with a small video from a wonderful company called Xsense. Has anybody seen that movie called Ted with the little talking bear? Everybody's seen that. We're now going to show you what we would like to do for you guys, because this demo is just to get you to understand basic 3D tracking. I'm a student back in 1997. I studied electrical engineering, and while that degree was dead before I even got out. So all these years later, I'm coming back and I'm showing you guys some new technology, but I'd like to introduce you to wireless motion capture suits. No physical cameras are involved, no elaborate setups. The learning curve doesn't even exist. And most importantly, the suits are beautiful. It's a little later. But this technology alone would take 2 people, well, I should take 3 people. You have a technician come in, set the suit up, make sure everything is cool. And then they even offer a wonderful strap version where you just put the straps from the major points of your body, completely wireless up to 150 feet. So that means we could record someone walking around this office all day doing whatever they wanted to do, stream it back, and at the same time, not only are we watching, but if we wanted to correct it on the fly, we could and record it. 2 of these suits alone is less than $20,000, including the license for the software. And what happens is, Mo County is using a room about 3 times as big. By the time you get rid of the infrared cameras, the ping pong balls, and all that stuff like that, you actually not only save a lot of money, but the animation is more beautiful. Because you see how small this little office is that they're doing this experiment, and they're in Dutch. But this is actually how simple the software is. You just turn it on, stand like this, it's calibrated. And after that, you get real-time telemetry from the body to the computer. It don't get no easier than this. And licensing fees are very attractive, especially if you're a college or institution, because you do, I believe, get a discount. I know you can get a discount on the Autodesk software, okay? And then the Adobe software, of course, you get a license for that too. But this right here, this is not only the game changer, this is exactly how you would have to go in order to compete with the future. Places like Full Sail, they use this all day long.
So in context, we're going through taking it up from scoreboard to the next level. We had an industry standard suit, which a couple of years ago that would cost the arms and legs.
Yeah, about at least 30 grand a suit.
So tell us what's going on right here.
Oh, what's going on is they've actually just opened the software up and calibrated the whole thing while we just spoke. And now, touch the button, complete motion tracking. It's plug and play, and then, to be honest with you, this is the way motion capture should have always been. You should have always had little miniature sensors giving you GPS data, instead of using an external system that is trying to approximate the motion, of the body and stuff. And look at the fidelity of the skeleton. You can tell that's a woman just by her pose and her secondary motion. Exactly. You cannot fake secondary motion unless you're an expert. I've been trying. And then on top of that, once we have an motion builder, we can actually, you see how it's streaming motion builder that fast? And they're using a 3-year-old version of motion builder. We're currently running 2016 right now. This is inside of Motion Builder, and what they did is they went ahead and put a simulated game inside of that. But everything you're seeing is so simple. I can teach each one of y'all how to do this in 1 hour. And
I'll take 2 hours.
It would take 2 hours. That would be $69.95.
So if I could interject, you have a question?
Well, the more successful simulation game development programs, which Charter to develop and for workforce development.
Like the fireman game and the rescue game and stuff like that?
Well, at community colleges, like Piedmont in Charlotte,
Yes.
the Development Institute in Austin, are more of our innovative role models, I'd say, for developing our simulation and game development.
I think we in our proposal, we took it to a whole nother level.
Okay. We need to talk about that because
Yes.
launching that in workforce development is one of our current initiatives.
Yeah, speaking of workforce development, how it applies. You know, you go to Stanford and you know how they take the brightest minds and they develop engineering technology and things of that nature. I want to do the same thing with this animation. So we got a thriving animation, we have a thriving animation department, a game simulation department. We'll have outside vendors come to us to have our studio at BG Community College to develop these processes, these apps. So, with that being said, appreciate everybody for coming out.
Thank you guys
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Am I right?
Thank you guys, I know, listen, I realize, I just thank you all for helping us to get this group together.
This is great.
Yeah.
I think this is great for all parties involved. It seems that everyone I've walked out, has been